Oh, welcome everyone. Sorry for the delay there. No technical issue this time. I just had a little research thing I wanted to do offline before I started the stream. Welcome to the fifth and final day of my winter 2023 or Christmas season week of streaming. Business week, not full week. This is going to also be part three of my 2007 Dallas trip, specifically Dallas Heavy Rail, Commuter Rail, TRE Amtrak Union Station, short line freight routes, etc. There will be a follow-up one-night stream about DART. That'll be coming up TBD. Could be the 9th, could be the MLK Day weekend. We will see about that. But this week we are finishing this up. Looks like. Let me know if you can't hear me. Anyway, this was the thing. I quickly wanted to check on was the first photo I pulled up here. Was this a quick? First off, let me see if I even need to be doing this photo, because I want to make sure. I bet I found another DART one that I don't actually need. The one thing I found that apparently I need to pull out for my DART trip. Was a quick photo of this begin auto block sign, but I'm going to cover that the next day. Apparently, DART actually extended its signaling to cover the Union Station area to shorten its somewhat, I think, was street running territory between 2007 and 2017. So I was just looking at other photos to verify that, but I'm going to go and throw this photo into the next day thing. Looks like I have a whole bunch of photos I need to throw into the next day thing. 237's got to go. Okay, here we go. That's actually not bad because shorten this setup a little bit. There we go. All right. This is again. This is why I don't like doing it by. I currently no longer do any of this stuff by segment. Although I seem to be missing a photo somewhere in here, but we will see if it comes up or not. So, like I said, this would be my last day. I was in Dallas. I had a midday flight, and instead of paying an exorbitant amount to take a taxi or a super shuttle or whatever was available in 2007. I was going to use TRE. Now, again, Orange Line did not yet go to DFW. Tex Rail was a decade in the future. So the way that you would travel to DFW was by TRE. Good luck if you needed to get anywhere on Sunday. And it would be done via its Centerporte, TE, ending with an E, station where you would then connect with a free shuttle that would get you up to the airport. One interesting thing about the DFW airport is that motorists the road to the terminal is actually a toll. So you're kind of screwed there to actually get someone to the airport. Whoever says that Texas doesn't believe in government. Anywho, this is just interesting. There, you can see how they have to interact with the mini high, in that the RDC lets down a little drawbridge for anyone who's in a wheelchair. Sort of like the ones that Amtrak uses for the Downeaster, just a bit longer there. Oops, what's going on here? All right. There we go. Again, these are the rebuilt RDCs built by Alstom. I think they were used somewhere somewhere in Canada. Maybe I think it was for AMT. I think AMT used these. That's Montreal's commuter rail provider. They love spending money on equipment that they then get rid of shortly thereafter. Again, here we have the southbound cantilever mast at CP Dallas on the Union Pacific Dallas sub. So it's Dallas at Dallas. These are unchanged, at least up to the present day, as far as I'm aware. Note the Hyatt Regency Dallas and Reunion Tower behind it. I highly recommend the Hyatt. If you can get a good price on it, I do recommend the Hyatt Regency Dallas as a nice hotel, good location. The suites there are reasonably priced. Here's a nice little quick thing here. Just a quick view of one of the RDC trucks. For those of you unaware, the RDC used two straight six Detroit diesel two-stroke. The Detroit diesel two-stroke diesels. I think they were 6-cylinder. I think there were 6 110s. That means 110 cubic inches per displacement. They seem to be pretty reliable, unlike other feature ones. And they would drive through a torque converter, so you didn't need weirdo mechanical transmissions or clutches. Just sort of a slush drive system. They did have a variety of gears. I think that would be done. That might be done through. You could do things by adjusting the vanes in a torque converter to get apparent gear ratios. There was a very early automatic transmission car from the 1950s that worked this way. It really only had a direct drive, but it would sort of adjust the vanes. So you have a lower gear and a slightly higher gear, with the engine able to just sort of slush itself forward. I think I cut. Oh, here we go. Oops. For whatever reason, these are in oddball orders. As delivered, these would have been delivered with SKF bearings, which is, as everyone knows, an inferior bearing compared to Timken. But I do not know if they retain those in the rebuild. Another thing to just look at, this is an equalized truck. I don't know a lot about RDC trucks. I know that some were fabricated. This does appear to be cast, and it vaguely resembles the truck that you would see on a gallery car. Compared to a GSI 70, the ends are a little less humped, and the equalizing bar is sort of like an I-beam. I wonder if I could pull up a Metro truck photo. Sure, I have one somewhere. Google adjusted its search algorithm for its images. It now does like AI image content search, which isn't great. Yeah, here you go. Look at that. I'm not kidding. It's different, but it's definitely the same type. It's definitely a lower profile one too, because the gallery car is limitations. But you can see the design similarities of an RDC truck. Oops, I closed the thing. An RDC truck to a Metro truck. Very similar. Here we have additional under-car things, including an air compressor, some sort of weird tube. I think it's for the air conditioner. RDCs were fitted with air conditioning. One of the things that some tourist lines have been known to do is they've been able to use RDCs not powered. They aren't powered. They're towed, but they'll use the RDC's engines to drive the air conditioning and the lights and heating. It's sort of like a built-in HEP type of thing. Oh, I found out that these RDCs, most of them ended up in Vermont. There's a couple of them going to Oregon for that West Side Express service. Here I have the inside of number 201. or 2001. One of the interesting design features of the art. Now, this does look very much like a modern commuter coach, with that the way the ceiling and the lights are embedded. One thing to notice, they hide the exhaust from the engines in these center partitions. So those things there aren't just aesthetics or to hold up the roof. That's where the exhaust goes. And the radiator piping. And the radiator, so the radiators are on the roof, as you've seen, all that hump on the RDCs, and in the winter that they can then use that to heat the car. Again, these are not original RDC seats. RDCs had flippables usually. These were installed. These are sort of, 1980s, 90s style commuter rail seats. As soon as AMT got its new equipment, they paid the money and then excessed the stuff. Here we have RDC cab. Most of it's original. I mean, that's your control group. There's your brake schedule. Part of the things that are more important is this LED style speedometer. LEDs will light as around to indicate your actual speed. This is the cab at number 2001. I believe that today it just seemed to be a 2-car set, but there could be a third. I have to check the photos. I seem to be missing a picture here. I had sort of a blurry picture of number 2001. But I don't know where it is. Maybe it got stuck in the Dart photos. I'm just going to quick search for it. Oh, come on. Well, that's strange. I seem to be missing a photo. One that's usually that doesn't happen. Usually I don't have a usually I don't have issues with I find new photos. I don't lose new photos. Oh, and here's what I might need to do. These two, the high school and the giant spinning cancer ball. Oh, there's a third one right there, although that's a little whatchamacallit. All right, I'll pull those out, actually. I'll do those later today or something. I'll deal with those at the end. But because I want to get all these downtown Dallas photos out of here too. All right, yeah, for some reason I cannot find, I seem to be missing a photo. I might have just cut it, but I'm not sure. It is this guy here. That's really weird. All right, I'll check around. Well, hold on. Looking through my deleted items real quick. Sometimes this can happen if let me just restore these real fast and see if I can find this sucker. There it is. Huh. 234 and 235 seem to have gotten cut by accident. Alright, now that solves that problem. Alright, 235 goes in there, and 234 is the one that was missing. Let's go back in the bin. Alright. Yeah. Whoopsies. Oh! I bet I know what happened. Yeah, sometimes I bet I didn't restore it to by date, by name when I deleted those things. So I grabbed two that I shouldn't have. That implies that there might be two additional photos that I should have gotten. Alright, we'll figure this out. I mean, things should be okay now. Anyway. We'll just have one that's slightly out of order now. So this does appear to be a 3-car train. The middle, it's the same one that was running around all weekend. I just never got the number of the middle car, which would be helpful, but just didn't get it. All right, there we go. And we are heading out. Normally, I would kind of be inclined to cut this one, showing JFK Junction. Not much. I mean, it's a soft photo, poorly, no focus. But I don't really have any of this from this vantage point from the front of an actual TRE train as it leaves, because the engine is always on this side. And I have photos from the ground of this perspective, but nothing from the train. So I am going to go ahead and see what I can do to salvage this. I mean, I can't really make it crisp again, but I can definitely get in here and work on some other elements of it. All right. Yeah. So one thing I clearly was doing with this, with the this was in the early stage, what I call like a line survey. It's when I usually have a front or reverse view, and I can just take pictures of every point of interest on the track. When I first started that, I would do ham-handed naming conventions, like just numbering it sequentially. That's awful. Don't do that. So I'm just going to go be renaming all these, so it might be a little bit more time-consuming than normal. But one second. There we go. Sorry about that. Just Had to focus for a second there. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, we are rolling now. We have now taken the restricting signal past the switch, what I would call the Amtrak switch that used to get them onto the Union Pacific Dallas sub to Fort Worth. Again, thank goodness that they were able to get off that Dallas sub, and now they're on TRE. And now we are passing JFK Junction. JFK Junction is only in effect on what I think is track number 2. It's that one. It's on the TRE track and this one closest track, and that's just for this Dallas Y here. Yeah, and I'm just sort of way off. Not anything I have so far is just going to be completely unhelpful in terms of naming. And our first TRE interlocking is, I believe, North Junction. This is why yesterday I pulled up this TRE PTC implementation plan. I think I have a TRE timetable somewhere, but it's not on this machine. I got it since 2017. I'm sure you could find it somewhere. But yeah, this is North Junction. Today, I'm not entirely sure what it consists of. So, just for your reference, we've left Union Station. We've passed JFK Junction and the triple underpass. We're adjacent to the Y on TRE trackage, and then right here is TRE North Junction. I think it's a full crossover, but what it mainly allowed, today it's a full crossover. Back then it allowed TRE to, it was only a facing. Very nice and new here. This was basically the start of TRE's new rebuild program. They've largely double-tracked their entire line. Haven't really matched service, but it's definitely they can run pretty much as much service as they want. Going by the thing, this switch is good for 35 miles an hour. Although it looks a little overbuilt for 35, but blame the West for why PTC is the way it is. Now I need to figure out how I do naming for PTC for TRE. Oh, I know where I can find that stuff. It's under TexRail. If I was able to get those photos. Nah, I wasn't. But I was able to in 2017 when I got good photos at the back of my TRE train. So here's North Junction today. Oh, it isn't a double crossover. It allows for parallel movement. So a freight train can be moving on to a track while a TRE is coming off at the same time. That was not the setup when I took this photo. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's going to be westbound. You can't get much more east-west than Dallas to Fort Worth. .247 is what I need. Now I'm going to have a... Oh, wait, I should have said it. I was going to have some problem because my photos are quite a bit newer than these. But at the same point, I still have that 2010 PTC implementation plan, which is largely the configuration. So in the original TRE setup, it had a lot of single track. Again, as you can see here, it's starting to get double tracked. There's Dart next door. This is, wherever, I don't know where the money came from, but all that money that went into improving text, making TextRail and expanding Dart, probably some sort of local sales tax initiative, that helped out TRE as well. So the good news is that I have all the opposite direction, so this will be the one chance that I can, correct some of the issues. I just can't see the intermediate signal numbers on this, and unfortunately, this guy is super blurry. So this is also interesting as TRE evolved and added more capability. So in 2017, you've got this signal. So in the East Coast, if you saw an automatic with 3 lamps over 3 lamps, that means you're going to have straight routes, you're going to have an approach medium or an approach limited at the next interlocking, and you're going to have an approach slow. Out west, you have approach. You don't get those same choices. You're going to get approach. You have straight routes, approach diverging with yellow over yellow. Sometimes, depending if you might have a clear approach 50 or something. We're discounting that. But why they have the third lamp on the bottom? They're going to have yellow over lunar for approach restricting. And that's a specific. Now, I know that you can do yellow over flashing red, but Union Pacific still likes that yellow over lunar. Really is just as a way to indicate that you're going into the yard or something. They will still use the lunar whites in that situation. Oopsies. There you go. Also note that it's approach lit by signal instead of by signal location. Here, even if it's approach lit, it's that also changed. And again, in 2007, while the reverse had 3 lamps over 3 lamps, we are still only seeing one head for this, although it was expanded again with another interlocking in the future. So track 1 is clear, track 2 is approach. So here's an interlocking I do not believe exists anymore. Or if it is, it's been drastically altered. in our PTC implementation plan, by 2010, this is also not there. So I'm not entirely sure what this would be, because I don't have a 2007 timetable. Maybe I figured it out at some point in the past. Let's see. Okay, this is indicating this is Lisa interlocking. And then East. How do I know these? I guess I could see the sign or something. Oh, it says Lisa on the sign there. Okay, cool. This is Lisa. So by 2010, this has been fully double tracked. We had that Lisa there, but it was just a crossover. Today, I don't even think it's there at all. Sorry, just fooling around with the colors right there. All right, here we go. So the new Lisa is this double crossover here. Heck, today it's a full crossover. Really just goes to show the how TRE's been evolving. And that's why they have that under lamp. So in this one, even though it's moving toward a switch, track number 2 only has a single head on intermediate because there's no choice. They handle, I mean, remember out west, you'll get a clear signal indication into a diverging turnout, but that's handled because by your timetable speeds, not your signal indication. Again, this is why we got this garbage PTC system, because if they'd used speed signaling, we could have just handled it with cab signal codes. But no, you have to have all these implied diverging. You know, when you handle everything on the civil speed, on the timetable speeds, that's why we needed a PTC system that, you know, did GPS tracking of where you are, as opposed to just reading a cab signal code. It was just Western signal practice with diverging. Weak speed signaling, they like to call it. So this is East Perkins. I have no reason to doubt that. Don't even really have to be that careful with these names, because half these locations don't exist anymore. Back to double track. I believe Perkins is a medical center. Yeah, here's the new East Perkins, or bagged signals from it. Yeah, so there's the East Perkins. So you can see this is where they had that interlocking. And the interesting thing is, I'm wondering what happened to the grade crossing there. Oh, by the way, so the Victory Station is where you have your dart and green line, orange line transfer. And then a little bit, for anyone who comes in from the airport, the orange and green line will parallel dart for a while. There's, I think, the new Perkins one. That's either Perkins or Lisa. That's Lisa. And now, again, in 2007, there was no parallel orange and green line. That's interesting. Looks like there is a single track bit here, but it looks they might just be rebuilding it. So what I wanted to see was if that was the if that grade crossing was eliminated. Whatever was right here. Nope, I can't go back far enough. Here we go, 2008. Maybe this was the one. Yeah, this looks like it. All right, so in 2008, they start double tracking it. All right. Anywho, these intermediates are not present. Oh, wait, there they are. Signal 641. All right, these are still there. Yep. Oops. What I want to do is 641 westbound. There we go. So the signal, the mileposts are counting down. So this is 64.4, 64.1. Wait. Oh, I don't know what that 6 is. Oh, sorry, it's 644. Yeah, this is like the Katy. I forget who did this. What line this is? Might have been Rock Island. But yeah, that's milepost 641. It's not 64.4, 64. Now this is in the hundreds. I'm pretty sure that this might have been an old Rock Island line. Somewhere I had a TRE thing. It was a Falmouth, Chicago, Rock Island, Pacific line that that the Dallas and Fort Worth purchased together in 1983, probably after the Rock Island went bust. There it is. It came into Fort Worth and over to Dallas and then down again. Make this a little brighter. There it goes. That's better. Okay, so here we have, I'm pretty sure this is going to be in number 2001, but this is just the remanufacture plate. Really cool to see the GEC Alstom there with that weirdo spelling. AMF Transport, Montreal, Canada. Yeah, very cool. Trying to figure out when it was GEC Alstom. Okay, it was GEC Alstom between 89 and 98. And the 50-50 merger of Alstom Power Systems, the British General Electric Corporation. In May, they also bought Metro Camel. Metro Camel, I feel, is like the bud of the UK. I'm sure that that's a bad comparison, but they made a lot of great rolling stock, including a lot of tube sets. So I always call Metro Camel the bud because their equipment was pretty good, but just couldn't compete as time went on. Here we have West Perkins. So again, I'm going to just another quick explanation on stupid-ass Western signaling. Both these tracks, even though one track is clearly diverging or converging, they treat converging tracks as straight. So you can a clear on both of these. So the straight track clear will be, let's say, 70, 80 miles an hour on the time, that you look in the timetable chart, it's 70. The other track, we'll say track 2, speed restriction, 30 miles an hour through turnout. But you'll still get a clear. Now, the reason that other track has the lower heads is because there's 2 back-to-back interlockings. So if the next track has a diverging movement, remember it's going to be facing point, you're going to get a diverging clear. I'm sorry, a approach diverging. I think that the second thing also has into the yard. So if you have a yard move, you're going to get approach restricting, yellow over lunar. Now I have the bridge. This is still a bottleneck today. This truss bridge. I'm sure they'll find... Oh, wait. No, it isn't. They doubled it. Yeah, today you have... Wait, hold on. No. I went a little too far. Where's that damn truss? There's the truss. So it is still a bottleneck. So we have and it's partly hold on here. Oh, that's what I think that's what they might be doing with that weird single tracking. Okay, there's the truss bridge. So yeah, you have a sufficiently long period here of bridges, major roads, a dry river, a couple rivers, and then I-35. So I just need to go do a distance measure from this point there to there. Looks like 0.2 of a mile. Do I see a milepost on it? Nope. 239.7. Is this the Trinity River? No, it's not telling me. And then here we have here we have the I whatever freeway bridge. So this guy's good for the truss. And here we have the I-35 bridge, but I already looked up what its milepost was. So in this case, I know that it's Mockingbird interlocking back there. I'm going to double verify that here. Yep. Oh, this one says East Mockingbird. Okay, that's important to know. One sec. .9 I-35. And now we finally have Mockingbird. So this is still there to at least as far as I'm aware on the map. This is still a bottleneck. This is the main, what is it? Denver, Garland, and Northeastern Railway sort of yard. They handle the freight ops on the TRE as well. Again, that's a G&W company. Of course, it is. And as I pointed out, you'll not only be able to get your approach diverging, this can also do a diverging approach diverging. So there's a back-to-back interlocking at West Mockingbird, and you can also, I'm sure you can get a lunar white restricting into the yard. Oops. Notice the LED signals, which is again pretty advanced for 2007. Just started to see that. That was like just the year that they started to appear places. And again, here we have East Mockingbird interlocking with the westbound mass signals. Eastbound mass signals. And now we're at West Mockingbird with a diverging approach. So again, note that the new signal gantry is showing up. That was that one that I mentioned previously here. This guy. So again, they are just about to build this bridge here in 2007, but they have the old masts up. And part of that reason is that they were eliminating the second bottleneck right up ahead. Diverging approach. Of course, in the Northeast, that'd be a restricting, but it's not in the West. And you can see again how they're eliminating they're eliminating the single track bottleneck over whatever that is down there. Yep, there we go. See if anybody has any questions. Sorry if that got a little detailed there. Oh, everything was fine. Had to go to work and I believe. Yeah, no problem. Trip went great today. Whoever Rule 281C is, feel free to let me know who you are outside of this context. But no, we had fun. I thought, as usual, Weather Underground was crying wolf. The amount of precipitation and dreary weather, while not sunny, it was perfectly fine. No one got wet. It was warm enough. Didn't need gloves. Our friend Michael Pearson showed up at the end of the day. We rode out to Lansdale with him, and he was able to tip us off about the Bombardier sets that were rolling. We saw 3 at Fern Rock. One of them departing, one of them in service going to West Trenton, and then the one stored on the Glenside pocket going toward Philly to its eventual destination. Which top light's supposed to be green or lunar? I'm not sure. The top light. This is a while ago. If you mean the top light leaving Union Station, that's lunar. Because it's effectively unsignaled trackage until they get to that green signal in the background there, TRE, and that's when you're on TRE ABS. All right, so the reason we had that diverging approach is because for whatever reason they're wrong railing us into a meet. That's always fun, or that seems to be necessary. Don't know why, but they are. This says it's Regal, as opposed to West Mockingbird. This says West Mockingbird. I'm tempted. I'm gonna go with the TRE thing, but let me see what it says here on my my later thing. Yeah, mine says West Mockingbird. Do I say E Mockingbird or W? I'm going E and W. All right, I need to adjust that before it goes too far. One of the things I try to do is I generally, instead of doing east or west, I usually say E or W. That's kind of Conrail practice. Whenever they had a siding, they would tend to go with E or W on the CP thing. It would say E or W. But I'm going to go with. I need to make sure it lines up with future trips. So this is the Trinity River Bridge complex. Finally, we get a nice clear image of something. You cross I-83. There's your fairly. That's a pretty significant yard. And also, just look at this planned industrialization here. Again, I wish they had a little bit more rail access. I mean, it just there's a yard right there, but none of these industries have rail access. Maybe that one does. Definitely something that could be, done with some industrial policy. Anyway, here's the old Trinity River single track Rock Island Bridge. There's West Mockingbird, which does have an industrial track branch off. I think that's that one that goes by the airport. Nah, it's two whatever for it. Yeah, it's like freaking 20% of Dallas's tax base. Wow, this is like, I mean, that is really that. I mean, I will say that is pretty nice zoning there. They got all the industry into the zone. This is a 55-mile-an-hour turnout apparently right here. So, yeah, this one, that's a 55-mile-an-hour turnout. Of course, we're on approach diverging, so that's okay. I don't even need to straighten this. This is perfectly straight as is. And here we have the dual Trinity River, or the Trinity River Truss. Milepost 637.3. Yeah, it's nice that I have this set of 2007 photos, because today, with the locomotive facing on the western side of the trains, you can't get this shot. You can only ever hope to get the facing the eastward facing photos. Here's one of those speedometers that I mentioned with the LEDs. Like all their equipment came from Canada, so that's why it all pretty much looks the same. All right, so I need to get a milepost number for whatever this crossing is. So you know how you do that? Good old, you guessed it, good old Street View again, and you can usually pull it off the crossing information, the required. Hey, there's a car stuck on this crossing information. There it is. Milepost 636.5 Wildwood Drive. Six 636.5. Yes, this is pretty much how I assemble. If you've ever seen my photos, how I assemble doing a line survey. This is where things get a little time consuming, even when I'm doing it for normals. If I'm just doing photos from an interlocking or a signal or whatever, it's all it's it's kind of cut pasty. You don't have to look up everything you are. I have a bunch of situations where I'm there measuring distances, trying to get milepost information from a baseline, which is just really irritating. So here we have the automatic signal at 6.3 on track number 2 at 6:35, but we also have an alternative interlock siding here. This tells me it is RC junction, EC junction. Oh, this one's going to be tough because I have both EC junction's mass signal plus that signal bridge there. So let's go here. .635. Track 2 approach. Yes, that is correct. That should capture all the information that I wanna get there. Cool. And then here we have. I have no idea what EC junction stands for. I got to give the Canadians also additional credit for not having window tint. Like, a lot of other railroads love to. So this one is also going to be labeled, start off with EC junction. And finally we have, so at this point back in the day, come on. We've gone through okay, this one is going to be South Irving and then WC Junction. So this is going to be South Irving interlocking. I think the station is South Irving. There's the station. Yeah, it's right next to a little freight yard. And what on earth? Train station? What the? Oh, that's been deleted. Downtown Irving Heritage Crossing Station. Alright, so this is South Irving interlocking. Even though it's not railroad south, it's just south as, I guess, south of Irving. Again, don't know why they didn't pull the push-pull set onto the properly facing tracks, but okay. Maybe they wanted us to use that new crossover down there, which would have been, pretty bold for the dispatcher. It is an island platform, so it doesn't really matter what track we're coming in on. So, if that helped speed things up, it's a heads-up play for the dispatch. The track going into the station is super janky. I mean, like, that's just wobbling all over the place. The PTC thing indicates that this is a... Well, if that's a purple switch, that's 40 miles an hour, but it looks like it's pink for 10. That's really weird. And the other bit there through it on this track is 20. So, not sure what that's about. And then, of course, through the station, it's back to 80 miles an hour. I'm noting that the signals here are Union Switch and Signal modulars. That's an interesting change from usually, like I said, is L and W. So, yeah, I don't know why they built a 10 mile an hour turnout here, a 20 mile an hour part of main track. Hopefully this is fixed. In fact, I can zoom in on this today, see what it looks like. I can't tell. For all I know, that's still 20 mile. That's still screwed up track there. Yeah, it looked like it was just built almost like an interurban type jump around. And they just grafted the second track into it, where it still has to have like 20 mile an hour interlocking through there. And that is number 1003. All right. Coming into Irving Station, we have cab car number 1003. Pretty good ridership, it looks like, on both ends of the platform. It's good. For anyone who doesn't know, TRE and Dallas have an integrated fare system. You effectively buy a timed pass. It's good on DART. It's good on TRE. There is a notion of a local pass versus a regional pass. The regionals will get you all the way to Fort Worth and on the A train out of Denton to Denton, or Tex Rail. It all depends on, are you going over to the Fort Worth zone, or are you crossing between the Dallas zone and the Fort Worth zone? Oops, damn it. At least we have some degree of newer signaling here for WC Junction. Not sure what the C stands for, but it's clearly like east and west. And finally, the other end of WC Junction, which is the other end of that yard I showed you in the overhead. You know, actually, I'm wrong. You can get these photos today from the Texas Eagle. If you're shooting photos at the back of the Texas Eagle and you're on an eastbound Texas Eagle, you can get these westward facing photos. So these are gettable. Here we have signal 632. I bet I have this in my other thing. So yeah, so here's WC junction. Oh wow! So today it immediately goes back to a second track. Again, so there's the station. It's got to get over this bridge, and then they immediately get it back to, as soon as it goes under that bridge, they get it back to a second track right there. It looks maybe not immediately, but it's pretty immediate in general. In 2007, they just put a, you're in single track territory. There's almost like there's very few what do you call those things? ABS signals on this anymore. It's all like interlocking. A lot of passenger roads get like that. Mark Camden and Brunswick lines, for example. So here you can clear that this is the only intermediate between two interlockings, and then since then, when they expanded this, when they eliminated, when they shortened the single track, this got turned into an interlocking. Mark Camden line is the same way, or a Brunswick line. They just keep adding more and more and more crossovers, and eventually the whole thing is just interlocking. All right, on to our last set of photos, plus or minus a couple more that I might add. I didn't really want to move things too much around, but I might. So now, yeah, this will include the TRE yard. Let me see if anybody has any questions. Anybody? Okay. Sometimes the chat blows up, and sometimes it doesn't. So first question is, got the signal? Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. In 2017, the RDCs were still there. But like I said, I think in 2018 is when they moved. So I got really lucky when I went to Fort Worth that I caught the RDCs one more time. Oh, that's beautiful. It looks like almost like a PRSL kind of thing. But it's a shame that they sat there. No one wanted them for so long. What is this? Gilbert crossover? Oh, I'm gotta go to my TRE chart. Okay. This is Gilbert at West Irving. What was that other station anyway? It is South Irving. I guess they changed it to downtown Irving. Okay, that's fixed. This appears to be Gilbert. Let me just double... see, I am getting... I do have a few issues with... Oh, yeah, and this is where they elevated it. Yeah, they were putting in mad amounts of elevation, too. I just want... Oh, I went over the wrong thing. Yeah, so TRE has not only been double tracking, they've been doing grade crossing elimination. Like, look at that viaduct there. That's crazy. Like, that's dollar bills right there. Okay, I think this is Gilbert. Come on. Yeah, P70. But what I want to see is earlier dates. Way earlier dates. Yep. Wow, they even put a giant... Look at that giant sign. I love it. Why'd they take that off? Oh, jerks. Maybe that was just the taped-on sign when it got built. Yeah. Okay, so this is Gilbert. That's what it said. That's what I thought it said, but can never be too sure. Now, there's a little bit of a jump ahead there. Now we're going to the yard. And East Tex and West... Oh, yeah, TEX. East Tex and West Tex. So here we are within the middle of East Tex interlocking. And some bridge. I got a lot of squarular photo aspect ratios in this set. So I'm going to check up on what that bridge is, or what creek that's spanning. Bear Creek. Why does this have a station? East Tex yard limit. Who submits this stuff to Google's Maps? Come on. Oops. Next. Okay, now we're getting into more TRE trains. Let's see what cool. So yeah, these guys are in service. They clearly have arranged them in 3-car sets. There we go. And like I said, if you saw my 2017 photos, this is where they would park the whole thing. So I'm in a set of 3. That's another set of 3, and then we have 2 more. So that makes your 12. The fact that they're behind that much concertina wire for so long is why they stayed in good condition and weren't just and weren't vandalized into oblivion. So another good call on TRE there. Some of their non-RDC equipment. Oh, I cut that one. What are their cab car, pilot, or coach car numbers? They don't tell me. Alright, I can't tell what the coach is. The coach is. Wait, you know what I can do? That's why I have these photos here up for a reason. TRE 568 2000s. Come on, I gotta have something here. It's like I have nothing with TRE numbers. Oh, that's because I'm in like this dog shit old computer that I got rid of in 2007. I can just Google TRE roster. I don't have to look on Wikipedia. Oh, they don't have any coaches. How hard is it to find the numbers for the damn coaches? Okay, there they are. Okay, it is 1000 series. The cabs are 1 to 10, and the coaches are 140, 150, 160. Okay. That's all I wanted. And this is then West Tex with an approach. right, we're getting down there. So now we're approaching the new Centerporte station. They put in a shoe fly track here to build the new bridge. That's where they got the permanent speed restriction there. Here's the yard. There's some stuff. West Tex. More West Tex. Or, sorry, East Centerporte. And this is where we're looking at this double bridge. The milepost 628.6. It's a floodway. There's the yard. You can see their storage yard, their shop complex. And then here's the bridges. I'm not sure what good that does, but I mean, I guess it's just maybe they just like the air, maybe the parking lot and the adjacent things is also designed to flood. So there's the Centerporte station where you used to be able to get to DFW. You can see how close it is to DFW. There's the airport right there, and hey, it looks like there's pretty good parking, amount of cars at the Centerporte station for post what I'm assuming is post COVID. I'm going to add a couple to this because we're on the other side of the bridge. That works. It's another one that looks pretty good. Yeah, so whatever they did with this embankment, or maybe they were making the flood zone. They put one bridge in, then the second one. And yep, that's another thing. The Centerporte station just used to be single track, despite its relative importance. Let's just see if that. It looks like there's just nothing but interlockings there now. Here's Centerporte. Yep, no more mast signal because there's a what is it? Yeah, it's already close to. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I miss a Nope, there's another interlocking, of course. East Tarrant. Wait, no, wrong one. East Centerporte, and there's a West Centerporte. But, okay, anyway, today, before those interlockings were even complete, they just had an ABS. 628. I'm not going to even crop this because there's a lot going on here that's worthwhile. But we are almost done. And the last one is it's probably as I was starting to get my bags, get ready to go. The Centerporte station with that green R board right there for resume from the speed restriction. And thank you guys very much for both the end of this, for being with me for both the end of this set of photos and the end of the Christmas stream. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope you're going to have a great new year. We'll see where we get. I still have a whole bunch of photos to do from 2007, even a bunch from 2008. We're gonna, we'll see how this keeps going here. At a certain point, I'm going to hit normal standards, so I'm not entirely 100% certain where that's going to be, but it will. We should have a bunch more streams to go before I start to have to grasp at content. So coming up next, expect a one-nighter, maybe in a week or two, on the Dart. Oh, there's one last photo I forgot. That's right. It was a little premature there. Because we'd hit everything except there's like one photo that's in this set that I forgot that it wasn't there, and I found it. This thing. I forget what these are called. It's a granite sphere fountain. Don't allow. I just want like a freaking thing. So this is pretty neat. Like, you're gonna see more of this the next time. But I want to just pull this in right now because it should be in this set. Actually, there's a bunch of things that should probably be in this set. Again, I don't really want to move too many things around. Not sure which one it is. I just got to find it. There it is. 06. What is that? 067. Cool. It's a granite sphere fountain. There's a little park near the Adams Mark Hotel. What used to be the Adams Mark, now it's a Sheraton. That's got this this cool, like, spinny granite sphere there. All right, that works. That's the last photo that should be in this set. All right. Okay, let me see if we have any questions over in the chat. Oh, we got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, FEC is going to be tough. There's just so little. Texas, at least, the TRE had a large enough right-of-way. And also, Caltrain's doing it, but the same thing. So Southern Pacific had maintained a 4-track wide right-of-way for future-proofing. And then Caltrain did so they're always able to go and build that second alignment to, as a temporary track to then elevate the first. And I don't think that they have room along the FEC tracks in Florida to do that. I said the next stream, I have to look at my schedule a little bit. In January, I should be around either on the weekend of the 6th, 5th to 6th, or 12th, 13th, or both. So I got to figure that out of what exactly I'm doing. I have to use a bunch of leave before the 13th. So, and that's MLK Day weekend. So I know I should be. It should be in the next little more in the week or so, or one of those 2 weeks. Okay, hey, Happy New Year, everyone. I gotta go prep. You gotta drive tomorrow. So thank you so much for all your support. I always loved. I said it's always fun to go through these photos, and even in 2007, I'm finding all sorts of neat stuff. It's definitely fun. So anyway, it's getting on midnight here. So all right, have a great day, and I will see you around.